Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to get this program underway. Before we do, I do ask, could you cozy up? Meaning, that's right, I see some people leaning into the other. But seriously, if there is an empty seat that's orphaned, please move over to it so we can have the other guests fill in and we can get this party going. Okay? Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Michael Lombardo. I'm the Executive Director for Student Affairs at PCOM. We are about to get this white coat ceremony underway. I have a few requests for you first. Please silence your cell phones. If you need to step out and take the call, please go out the back doors. We will let you back in. For any reason, please do not. For any reason, please do not congregate by those rear doors so we can get our people in and out. Also, we ask that you remain at your seats for the duration of the program. Staff photographers will be capturing professional pictures of your students. These will be made available to the students, so you'll be able to collect the photos from them. Now, we ask to please stand as you are as our ceremony will begin. Thank you.
Okay, please be seated. This is way too serious. Sorry, I'm very tall. Secondly, just because I think I speak for a lot of the administration here, if you want to yell out and cheer and clap and do fun stuff, please do. This is a really big accomplishment. Like I don't get to do that very often. I'm usually like, so you have to come to class tomorrow. So it's the one time I get to do this. So my name's Peter Biddy. For those of you I haven't met, I'm the Dean and Chief Academic Officer here at the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. And I just wanted to wish you good afternoon and welcome to the donning of the white coats for the class of 2029, which is kind of an awesome thing. Today is a celebration, and I'm just so excited to celebrate with you and your family. It's my third white coat as the dean, and in this role I get to make speeches, but this one's always kind of hard to figure out what I want to say because I don't want to say the same thing as the years before, but sometimes there's some morsels of knowledge in there. Now, thinking of what to say, I didn't really know what to do. Previous times I quoted the Phillies, and they took things away from me 2 years ago. I quoted the Eagles, and that was a good thing last year. So I stuck with that, and last night, I don't know if anybody's aware, there was a preseason game for the Eagles. It really wasn't that exciting, but they won, so all good stuff. But it kind of harked on me that you're kind of like putting your preseason gear on. Like, you're wearing your white coat, you're wearing your uniform, and this kind of aspect of stuff, and I think it really speaks volumes in the fact that during preseason games, we don't know what's going to happen. But what we do know is usually we chose you because of the qualities you have, and we know you're going to do amazing things. So for the next 3 or 4 years, while you're wearing this white coat, it's our job to make you into the best physician that you're going to be. So I usually have to set the bar kind of low for these speeches. In previous years, I've talked about how my white coat is Batman's utility belt. I talked about the fact that I can't find my white coat half the times or other things. So I wanted to kind of give you about 3 morsels of wisdom, hopefully, about your white coat. So first and foremost, I talk about the functionality. If you think about your white coat, it is legitimately a coat. Like, it serves purposes. It has pockets. It can keep you warm. You can learn how to sleep upright with your hands kind of in it when you're on the floors. It protects you from like randomly flying fluids from time to time and other types of things. But when you think about short coats, long coats, white coats, they all have pockets, and you put things in your pockets. And in the beginning, you have tons of stuff in your pockets. But as you get better, it starts coming out, and it's actually in your brain. But don't remember and don't forget to remove too many things. So don't remove the fact that your family, your friends, all that knowledge you had, they got you to this point, and they're still always going to be there for you. And most importantly, don't remember to remove your compassion. It's what makes you who, what makes you the physician that you're going to be. The second is identity. It's your white coat. It's my uniform when I put it on. I'm not good at sports anymore. I actually tore my Achilles 2 years playing against students in a basketball game. So my wife has banished me from doing anything athletic for the institution of PCOM. But nonetheless, this is your chance to join the doctor family. When you put your uniform on, much like the superhero analogy, Clark Kent is still Superman without his uniform on. Batman is still Bruce Wayne if he's not wearing it as a whole. But you're always going to be a doctor. And this is really cool because you're going to start thinking like a doctor, and you're going to progress and be the best doctor you can be. Now, along those superhero lines, with great power, to quote Spider-Man, comes great responsibility. So if you're on an airplane, you might have to do something. And most importantly, everyone in this room is going to call you and be like, what is this? Can you give me an antibiotic? And for the next 3 years, you can say, no, I don't have that power. But after that, you're going to have to do stuff. Last but not least is service. So when you wear your uniform, your white coat, you're a member of our team, you're going to be upholding the responsibility, the commitment to service, dedication, empathy, responsibility, and sacrifice that all of us as physicians practice. And most importantly, as you embark on this journey, you're going to see that you'll have the power to change and save lives, and frankly, it's just the best job that we get to do that on a daily basis. So at this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Kenneth J. Veit, Provost and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs, and my boss for the College of Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, to greet you as our guests.
Thank you, Dean Biddy. Using his analogy of a preseason game, I want you to know we expect every one of you to make the team, okay? Because we expect a lot from you. We'll expand the team if we have to. It's interesting. The history of the white coat ceremony is fascinating. How many physicians are in the audience right now? And did you have a white coat ceremony? You did. Some of you did, but there was a lot who did not have a white coat ceremony, and it's kind of a recent phenomena that keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger every year. And it was really put together by a physician in New York who felt the importance of making sure that as a first-year medical student, you understand what you signed up for. And they thought the symbol of the white coat early in your career is exactly the symbol you needed to know that you signed up to be a very respected professional. And so therefore he made a big deal. He started giving out white coats to one medical school, and next thing you know, it was 2 medical schools. The next thing you know, it was 10 medical schools, and then it went across the whole country to do a white coat ceremony in the beginning of your educational experience. And it is symbolic, but it's an important symbol. And I do appreciate it. And what I do appreciate, one of the most things, is the energy that keeps increasing in this room every year. This energy gets more and more. And I always talk to the people who are supporting you. Your husbands, your wives, your mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters who are sitting now in the wings. And I want to talk to you a little bit about what your role is in the next couple of years, because it's a really critical role. Yeah, you got your young students to this point, but I guarantee you from this point on, they still need you a lot. Now, that need is going to be interesting because you can't go on rotation. You can't take their tests for them. You cannot, obviously, go in surgery with them. They have to do it themselves. And you have to stand back a little bit. But I guarantee you through the course of the next 4 years, if not more, you will get a phone call. And that phone call, maybe it's already come. Mom, I'm not sure about this. Everybody's smarter than me. I'm not sure I'm going to make it. Okay, you're there. You pick up that phone, you listen. You'll get a phone call a little bit later on. I'm doing my first clerkship. And I'm so excited. I'm part of a team. And there's a patient. There's a patient we're dealing with. And they're so excited. You'll get one. Hey, brother, I just delivered my first baby. It was the greatest thing in the world. I've never believed that I could be participating in that life event. And then at some point, you can say, hey, Dad, the patient that I admitted the other day died. And I'm not sure I did everything I could for him. And you're going to get that call too. And I think what's important is to take those calls and listen. Because they're going to come and they're going to use each of you to try to ventilate, and you give them the support, because what they signed up for is tough. It's very difficult. This is not an easy journey. This is not something, that comes automatically, and it's a lifetime contract. It's a lifetime contract. So I want to thank everybody in this room for being here today, but this is just the start of the support these young doctors are going to need. That role, as I said, will not diminish with time, and the enthusiasm that I see today will continue. And it's so impressive. You've been here a few weeks. Maybe you passed a few tests. Maybe you struggled a bit. Maybe those A's that you got in undergraduate are not coming as easily. Please, build the resiliency. Build the resiliency that you need. Learn how to deal with maybe not getting A's all the time. Learn to be the best doctor possible. So I want to thank you for coming and attending this great event. It keeps getting bigger and bigger every year, and I want to this time turn the podium over to the president of PCOM, Dr. Jay Feldstein.
Thank you, Dr. Veit. Just want to welcome everybody today to another great white coat ceremony. My white coat ceremony was going to the bookstore and having the cashier say, "Would you like a receipt with that?" And that was the extent of our white coat ceremony. But each of us has our own interpretation of what this day means. And for me, it's about changing your focus. So when you start out as a medical student, you spent the last 4 years in college, it was all about you. It was about what you could do to get to medical school. How am I going to get there? How hard do I have to work? And now you're here. And you're used to that role, studying hard, learning, doing what you need to do. You've got to get the grade. The white coat changes your focus. Now you're becoming a clinician. It's not about you anymore. It's not why you're here. You're here for the patient. And you're going to be here for the patient for the rest of your lives. And that transition starts today, and that white coat is a constant reminder of what's really important and why you're here. And I was given a piece of advice many, many moons ago that if you take care of the patient, everything else takes care of itself. Now, for the most important part of today, when you get blood or betadine on your white coat, the first thing you do is use cold water. If cold water doesn't work, you use peroxide. And if peroxide doesn't work, use a Tide stick to get the stain out. Okay, and with that, I'd like to wish you the best of luck. I hope to see all of you at graduation as part of the team. And now I'd like to ask student Dr. Brooke Enelosky, the 2028 class representative, to come to the podium for an address to the class. Thank you and good luck.
Good afternoon, class of 2029. I want to start off by once more echoing the sentiments shared today by all of us here at PCOM. This is such a remarkable moment, and you should be beyond proud, not just of this achievement, but of everything that it took for you to get here. Please give yourselves another well-deserved round of applause. As they have said, the decision to become a physician is not easy, and neither is the path involved. There is no way of sugarcoating it. There will be long nights, perhaps a mild addiction to energy drinks, and more than a few vent sessions with your friends. Yet it is so worth it. You chose a selfless profession rooted in compassion and progress. You will look back on your time here at PCOM fondly because this is not just a medical school. It is a community flourishing with kindness, support, and togetherness. Thinking back to when I first started medical school, I couldn't shake this feeling that I was standing outside of a door that others seemed to walk through naturally, like they already spoke the language, already knew the rhythm. Meanwhile, I felt like I was constantly on the edge of falling behind. I'm certain you've heard the saying, medical school is like drinking from a fire hose. And it definitely felt like that at the time. But I'll let you in on a secret. You just need to find your own way of dialing down that tap. For me, I found that in those around me. From my fiance, my peers, my friends, our incredible Dean, Dr. Biddy, Bob Dustin in Student Affairs, Dave in the cafeteria, and every professor I've had the honor to learn from. I can assure you that without a doubt, there is support and community in each and every corner of PCOM. Through this support, I found my place here, and I promise you will too. I encourage you all to take time for yourselves as well over the next 4 years, not just as a treat or a reward, but as a non-negotiable. Whether it's going to the gym, having dinner with family, or going on a walk, remember to care for yourself as you learn to care for others. And there is no shame in asking for help if you need it. No matter what, there's always someone at PCOM willing and committed to your well-being. And to the families of the students in the audience or tuning in remotely today, I encourage you to extend grace, compassion, and kindness to your loved one as they navigate the complexities of medical school. You may not always understand what they are going on and on and on about, and that's okay, just as long as you're there for them. Students, you are embarking on an incredible journey, and I could not be more thrilled for you all. Your white coat is not just a symbol of today, it's the beginning of everything that's to come. Once more, on behalf of myself, the class of 2028, and the entirety of PCOM, congratulations. Now I would like to introduce Leanne Tanaka, DO in Family Medicine, and alumni of the DO class of 2014, who will speak to the meaning of the white coat with reflection on her experiences from student to resident.
That's all. Good afternoon, faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, the DO class of 2029. It's an honor to be here with you today to welcome each of you in the class of 2029 into a profession as challenging as it is rewarding, and to witness the moment when you put on your first white coat. In an age of Patagonia jackets over long white coats in the hospital and in social media, what does the white coat still mean to me and to all of you? For some of you who may come from a long line of physicians in your family, this white coat might be a proud step in continuing that tradition of care. Some of you may be like me, the first in your family to become a physician, the one who will get to try to explain the intricacies of this long path to our loved ones, often many, many times. And your white coat might be carrying the hopes and sacrifices of your family and community that helped get you here. To me, the white coat represents the trust that it will allow patients to place in you, their doctor. Total strangers will tell you things they've never told anyone before. They will let you into their lives at their most intimate and vulnerable moments, not because of who you are yet, but because of what this white coat stands for. It's a visible promise of not only knowledge, but of compassion. And with that trust comes responsibility, not just for ordering tests, coming up with a differential diagnosis, and creating treatment plans, but a responsibility for how you treat people and how you'll make them feel. You'll find throughout this process, medicine is never just science. It's science applied with humanity. It's a responsibility for not only evaluating patients, but really caring for others. It's knowing the guidelines, evidence, and recommendations, but also knowing when to pause and think, what does this person in front of me really need right now? You may feel very far from those moments right now. You're just beginning and the path ahead is long. There will be late nights, though. If you ever come to me, I will always recommend a good night's sleep. There will be difficult exams, and you'll be asked to absorb a staggering amount of knowledge. And yes, it will feel overwhelming at times. But you don't just graduate 4 years from now a fully formed physician. Practicing medicine starts now with this white coat. It's something you will continue to grow into through your curiosity, compassion, and integrity. This coat carries the expectations of your patients, the values of our profession, and the legacy of those who came before you and those who helped get you here today. But you will have moments where you feel exhausted or even burnt out, and burnout has been a buzzword in medicine for some time now. Personally, I like the phrase compassion fatigue because it does really seem to fit the fatigue we can feel when caring for other patients, not just their health, but their overall well-being, and balancing caring for ourselves. And there will be times ahead where you feel that fatigue too. I was asked recently what helped my burnout and fatigue, and the answer sounds incredibly cheesy standing here today, but it's truthfully all of you. It's seeing medicine through your eyes, and it reminds me to keep the same goals that I began with when I sat in your chairs, the goals of whole patient care, trust, and respect at the center of my practice. So for me, it's seeing a medical student hear a blood pressure for the first time. It's taking a third year into an exam room and watching as they hear an actual murmur on a real patient for the first time. And it's watching students discover an area of medicine that sparks ongoing curiosity and joy for them. So in the years ahead, when you feel fatigued, I hope you come back to this moment, to the feeling of putting on this coat for the first time, to the drive and goals that brought you here. Let your white coat be a reminder of the kind of doctor you set out to be. And definitely enjoy this occasion, because while future encounters in your white coat will center on the patient, today is about you and your community and the amazing work and accomplishments that got you here. I can't wait to watch you all grow into amazing physicians. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Tanaka. As usual, you've made me look bad. Thank you. This thing's, yeah, no, she's fantastic. So, class of 2029, are you ready to receive your white coats? Okay. So, what I would ask is, will the first row please rise and approach the stage? When your name is called, please walk across the stage to the first open coder, stand in front of them, and present your coat. Will the coding faculty members, who without them I wouldn't even be here, please stand up as well and get in line. Family members and guests, I'm obliged and told to say that as a courtesy, please hold your applause until all names have been called and students receive their coats. I'm not going to yell at you if you do. My dad would have an air horn or whatever you're going to do. So I look forward to this.
Hamad Afan, Stephanie Agresti,
Janice Alagic,
Abigail Fallon Andrews, Nastran Ansari, Stella Antimarino,
Ariel Antoine,
Taben Asif,
Isabella Atrachi, Adit Awatramani,
Daniel Ayodele, Carmen Azar,
Arian Azime,
Taylor Rose Barletta,
Houston Noel Barr,
Lauren Nicole Benson,
Aaron Herbert Bernard, Bethel Bichet,
Tyler Joseph Bloom, Meredith Bloman,
Jacqueline Yelena Blum,
Sage Michelle Bolonsky, Kirk Joseph Boston, Natalie Jean Brady,
Twinkle N. Brambut,
Megan Jessica Branton, Paula Maria Braver,
Vanessa Brecker,
Mackenzie Eleanor Brennan,
Shelby Brizolara Dove, Taylor Rose Brothers,
Abigail Brown, Joan Brown, Vanessa Brown,
Adrienne Brooke Burfield,
Adam Burgess,
Nicole Caparel, Aidan Joseph Capellino, Nathaniel Niazi Katz, Jade Chang, Arjun Chaudhary,
Sanjana K. Chakuri,
Sophia Grace Coraggio, Catherine Grace Cogan,
Jonas Camaro,
Gabriella Marie Connor, Ava Delora Conti, Samantha Cooper, Audrey E. Kovaleski, Sarah Kraft, Thomas Criswell, Elena Crowell, Kiara Sophia Cruz, Mia Cudmore, Clara Eve Cunningham, Stephen D'Antonio,
Andrew Malad Dawood, Prithvi Sankar Das,
Emma Lyon Davis, Daniel Del Colo, Megan Elizabeth Deyesu Yarrington,
Rebecca Monisha Devakar, Kaylee Rochelle Doherty,
Maliksa Dolap, Shivi Dua, Nicholas Price Edmonds,
Mitchell Thomas Eisenmenger, Ashley Eichpo Ragland, Carson Elias Elbin, Emmanuel Encarnado, Benjamin Etoama,
Stephanie Evans,
Jemo Fayed, Braylee Giovanna Fedorov,
Roberta Fisher, Marquise Flood,
Nama Foreman,
Peyton Suzanne Free, Allison Frey, Andrew Jacob Friedman, Cecilia Froner,
Logan Gagliardi,
Nicholas George, Mallory Gersh, Victoria Ann Junta, Emma Gold, Rihanna Gonzalez,
Madeline Goral,
Justin Douglas Gotthold, Sophia Lily Green, Max Jeffrey Greenberg, Sarah Ashley Grumbine, Catherine Marie Gunther,
Diana Haddad,
Nicholas Renee Hadorn, Foster Joseph Heasley, Kyle Hensley,
Daniel Paul Heron, Brian Hong,
Lauren Carol Hoey, Gwendolyn Kathleen Hauser, Hassan Ibrahim, Lucas Ikaza,
Adeline Insera, Hamza Javagal,
Mubin Jawed,
Cameron Brooke Johnston,
Isabella Joyce,
Carly Kalish,
Sean Tyler Carl, Danielle Katsev,
Urwa Khalik,
Isabel Seyung Kim,
Lauren Gabrielle Knopp, Manisha Kodavatiganti, Alyssa Nicole Kerner, Olivia Cole, Naga Kramadati,
David Lawrence Kratzenberg, Zachary Kraus, Madison Elaine Kuzmich, Gina Hyunjin Kwan,
Harry L. Larkin III,
Anita C. Laudenslager,
Mindam Timothy Lee, Catherine Shu Yu Lee,
Alexis Ray Leonard, Alec Chase Lewis, Kate Leota, Andrew Maxwell Liss,
Francesca Logoso,
Nija Lomax,
Dominic Love,
Morris Victor Lyashuk,
Divya Darshan McKay, Alec Josh Lingat Mallory,
Stefan Manoj,
Sarah Markham,
Olivia Margaret Mariotti,
Jenna Sylvia Mayers,
Kayla Darby McCabe, Megan E. McCall, Andrew James McCarthy, Erin Catherine McDonald, Carolyn McGrath, Grant Alexander McGregor, Leo Cameron McLean,
Jubaida Mahak, Soumya Venkatasai Mika,
Kelly Annie Mercado,
Joanna Rodriguez Mercurio,
Madison Gates Meredith, Cole James Miller,
Gabriel Alejandro Miller,
Catherine Victoria Miller, Sophia Miller, Michael Minkowski,
Ethan Minnick, Catherine Marie Meraki,
Christina Mitri,
Cardana Mocherla, Julia S. Moini,
Davina Mondal, Esther Cinderella Mula, Catherine Morrison, Alana Moskowitz, Eliakim Munda, Madison Leela Murphy,
Charbel Nehas,
Dawson Edward Naylor,
Rua Naji, Garji Nalanukala, Sohaib Noman,
Kamana Nupain,
Lucy Vanessa Ngaba, Wenge, Loy Van Wyn Jr.,
Robert David Nichols, Juan Rodrigo Nieto, Roheen Nori, Michael Ramon Noya, Hannah O'Connor, Rachel Amarachi Ogbonna, Alexandra Olanescu,
Osato Hamwen Onaginor,
Ethan William O'Reilly, Olivia O'Toole,
Kristala Elena Panagias, Divya Vijay Papaya,
Chloe Papanikolas, Catherine Park,
Akash Vinay Patel,
Dev Patel, Dara Kamlesh Patel, Hemani Patel, Hemani Patel,
Shivam Nick Patel, Tara Patel, Chaitali Patil, Jennifer Ann Patron,
Mark Kendi Paul, Sachi Pawar,
Alexa Madison Pereira,
Eleni Pieces,
Naya Joe Perry,
John Fung,
Ryan C. Plonsky,
Alice Palunin,
Zachary Posivek,
DTM Prabhu, Zimmer Gafar Kazi,
Rebecca Diane Pund, Kaustav Rajesh,
Richa Rao,
Grace Elizabeth Rauscher, Jonathan David Reed,
Grace Hope Josephine Roberts,
Stephen John Roth, Mario Anthony Rotuno,
Ariana Nicole Ruffin,
Tasnia Sadat,
Lavneet Kaur Sangha,
Sherry L. Sani,
Isha Saxena, Alyssa Kristen Schwertfiger, Jasmine Sethi, Ariba Shah, Hamza Ali Sheikh,
Mariam Shahid Shamim, Mary Elizabeth Sharp, Lauren Shebby,
Aparna Shania,
Kelsey Jean Short,
Milan Shirelds,
Shazib Siddiqui, Daniela Isabel Silva Rivera,
Madeline Singh,
Danica May Nicole Ibanez Simpson, Bianca Therese Smulders,
Angelo Damian Smith, Brianna Smith, Tyler Snavely, Natalie Stein, Somya Stavara, Tara Janori Fatima Stith,
Milan Sulibavi,
Lindsay Beth Swanson, Margot Claire Seibert,
Abrar Tabassum, Nihad Taher, Sydney Termina,
Jeshur Prince Thangaraj, Jordan Thomas, Regina Mary Thomas, Alexandra Torres, Joseph Tran, Rangam Trivedi,
Chinedum Augustina Yukandu,
Victoria Areth Uyo, John Anthony Vanelli, Sean N. Vanson,
Devin Venezia,
David Venuti,
Emiliana Morrison Vesperas,
Kayla White, Nicholas Wild,
Hyan Wiley,
Sarah Williams, Riley Wills, Brooke Wunderler, Raymond Yedlock,
Yamini Yapuri,
Frederick Sam Eunice, Daniel Thomas Zelch,
Mei Zhang,
I'm not trying to be uncomfortable. They told me I had to wait till everybody was seated before I talked to Kim. So congratulations, students and future doctors. Why don't we all get up and give them a round of applause? You can all be seated. No one in my house listens to me, so it's the only time I get to tell people some suggestions. So today we're privileged to have the Pennsylvania Osteopathic Medical Association, the POMA, former President William Swallow, DO, share in our celebration. POMA is a division of the American Osteopathic Association supporting students, residents, interns, and physicians located within the state of Pennsylvania. And it's my honor to invite Dr. Swallow, who's not only an alumni of our school, but I consider him a friend and a wonderful man.
Thank you, Dean Biddy. You know, when I look out over this wonderful group of future osteopathic physicians, I got one word: impressive. Wow. So good afternoon. I'm Dr. Bill Swallow, DO, 1979 graduate of the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. And no, guys and gals, AT still was not one of my classmates. I also have 2 master's degrees, the first of which is a master's degree in radiation physics that I received at Bucknell University in 1975. And the second master's degree is in forensic medicine that I received here at PCOM in 2020. Yes, you can teach an old dog new tricks. You're too kind. Presently, I'm the immediate past president of the Pennsylvania Osteopathic Medical Association. On behalf of our POMA president, George Walters Jr., DO, PCOM class of 1979, see, we were born leaders, I guess. I offer to you the greetings, his greetings and congratulations. POMA is the Pennsylvania affiliate of the American Osteopathic Association. We have a membership of over 3,000, including osteopathic students, and you guys are already members, whether you knew it or not. and osteopathic residents and osteopathic physicians in practice in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and several other states. We provide the osteopathic community with top-shelf continuing medical education, advocate on behalf of the osteopathic community and their patients on legislative matters in Harrisburg, and enable our districts with opportunities to meet and attend social and continuing education events. Fellowship is an important subject and part in the osteopathic community. One of our programs that POMA is most proud of is to provide the first-year osteopathic students at all 4 campuses with their white coats. Why do we do this? Not that long ago, you received your stethoscopes. That stethoscope identifies you as a member of the healthcare community. The white coat identifies you as a member of the healthcare professional community. With the PCOM patch on your right shoulder and the letters POMA on the left shoulder, you are identified as one who has chosen to walk the pathway to become a part of the premier profession for the provision of medical care, otherwise known as osteopathic medicine. Please accept your white coat and understand that we at POMA wish you the best as you continue your walk down the path at PCOM. Stay the course. Keep the faith. You are our future. We are here for you now. We will be here for you when you are residents, and we will be here for you as you practice osteopathic medicine in your respective community. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our formal ceremony. Thank you for sharing this important event with us. Please remain seated until the faculty and students have completed the recessional. At that time, we will have the students gather outside for a group picture. We ask that the families stand back and allow photographers to take the picture. The class photo needs to be taken without disruption, and then we can get on all of our ways and have fun tonight. Okay? Thank you all.